All right, welcome back to another episode of Over the Shoulder. Before we dive down into it, you know what you gotta do. We gotta like, we gotta subscribe, we gotta share, we gotta comment. Who have I worked on a project with that you want to see sitting on this other side of the seat? And we discussed that. As for today I have a super dope special guest. We met back in the trenches when we were both working at God is Dope. He is one of the most genuine and authentic people I've ever met. He will make you laugh. He will make you smile, man. He's just someone, like, anytime I'm around this person, man, it's always like good energy, good vibes. And he just got married, not too long ago. Just announced, the little one coming, man. And I just couldn't be more proud for the man I've seen him grow into. Without further ado, Mr. Brian.
Oh man, what an introduction!
Hey, listen, that's you, man. Man.
You can't do any better than that, man. That's amazing. It flips right back on you. You're the most genuine, loving, fun person I know. So, bringing it right back to you as well. So, thank you for allowing me to be here for sure.
Yeah, of course, bro. Of course, man. So,
wow.
Let me see. I had to bring you out here because literally that photo right behind you is my favorite photo that I've taken. Wow. And it was at your wedding.
That was like the ending of the wedding.
It was the ending of the wedding.
The most amazing day, I would say, in my book, for sure. Yeah. And that image captures it all. Literally, my number one photo as well. And it's sitting up in our house every day. And it's like something I have to look at every day. So, yeah, for sure.
That's incredible. Because I have days where I call it I'm in my bag. If I'm in the shoot, I'm just in my bag. I'm in my bag. You have days where you're not in your bag. So during your entire wedding, I'm like, oh my God. I'm in my bag. So it's like, usually you get to a point where it's like, okay, cool. I can't take a better photo. Like we're here. I can't take a better photo. So on your walkout with the sparklers, I was like, And then I saw you do the dip and I saw the sparklers to the side. Oh. And I was like, snap, and I was like, oh my goodness. When I literally closed my camera. I said, I'm not taking no more photos of this man because I've just taken, I would call that the perfect photo.
Man, well, first of all, the perfect photo has a perfect woman in it, and that's Nari, my wife. So, first shout out to her, because not even shout out. I just want to say, babe, I love you. Thank you for everything you do. You made that picture amazing because she's in it. And when I'm with her, she makes me look like I look like nothing when I'm by myself. But if she was right here, I would look totally different, So without her, I don't look like I'm half of who I am right now. So seriously, that's my right hand, my left hand. That's who helps me become more of me. So definitely,
and that's dope because at the wedding, that was the first time I officially had met Naria.
That is true.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like there have been times where it just never worked out. So again, I knew you before Naria, and I knew after Naria. And when I say authentic, cool, you've been a cool guy the entire time. But it's like, I don't know, when you find the right woman, you just see a level of purpose that just comes upon the man. And that's what I saw in you. It's just like, you always knew you were going to figure it out. And you were on the path, but it was like, nah, that path, you weren't walking that path anymore. You were, there was like a slight jog, you just like, I know where I'm going. And I'm just like tunnel vision. That's what I saw when I saw you with her. And even the interactions I've seen after that, I'm like, oh yeah. They're talking about making a good man great. That's what it is.
I think, she definitely helps that part of me a lot because it helps me focus. She helps me focus. And so when I first met her, it took me 4 months to know, I'm about to marry her. Seriously, 4 months. 4 months. And I've been going, it doesn't take long when you knew. I was like, bro, I think I know. So after 4 months, I ended up telling my cousin, I think I'm about to go get a ring. After that, I called my verse. I was like, yo, I need your help finding a ring. And so that was in January 2022. After that, we got engaged 11 months in. Then after that, we got married a year later. And then 4 months after that, we take a pregnancy test and find out we're having a baby. I think that is how she has projected our relationship. She helped, like you said, focus. I think, not saying I was focused on just having kids and all that stuff, but I think I'm not worried about having kids. I'm not worried about the, all the how fast we're moving because I know like the purpose I have on this earth. And she helps me understand that purpose. And when you have a purpose, you have a drive, you have a goal of what you want to achieve. Like, you, I don't know. It's like when you, especially when you have the right people in your corner,
Mm-hmm.
you could do anything. And so she helps me feel like I could do anything. And she helps me to be able to do the things that I've done to this point. And now we're building a family. So like again, I couldn't do half of this without her. I couldn't have that amazing picture right there without her. And then going back to just all the photos we have from that day, like I have a whole collage. I have a digital photo album that I literally constantly look at every single day. Like it's right there by my refrigerator. So every time I go get up to go eat, go drink or something like that, I'm literally staring at that thing and just like reminiscing on all the great memories and pictures that we have. And all of them, I made sure specifically it has me and her in it. And it's just like, because I mean, I couldn't, like I said, a part of me now and moving forward, I cannot be me without her. So, and that's why I want to live the rest of my life with her as well, because that is a part of me that I want to bring throughout life. So I want to live my life with her as well. So yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not feel this way about the person who you are dating, leave them immediately because they ain't the one. They is not the one. I will say that's the thing that also just being around you two, it's just the way y'all look at each other. Like just the
Oh,
way
man.
you see it. It's just like, nah, this is like I can totally tell that y'all could be in a room full of people and y'all only see each other.
Oh,
And so like even like there's y'all moving at the pace that y'all are supposed to be moving at. Like any single time, even like when y'all both told me that, hey, we're pregnant, like the happiness that was upon both of you. It's like I know sometimes it's a man. When we think about those kind of things, you think about the responsibility, but it was like I don't know, it was like a peace upon you. Like when you said, even
yeah.
when we did the maternity shoot, which we'll get more into as well, it's just
Oh,
like you
man.
just can't even y'all
Yeah.
just it's just peace. So it's like I just know this child is coming into such a loving environment that she's gonna thrive.
Oh,
She
I'm praying so. And like, that's the part, kind of, you got to give it to guys like, hey, guy, that peace comes with not stressing about the things and not like you got to live in the moment. And I think part of it is just when you're with the right person, you can live in that moment and just be at peace with what you're doing because you can see them and just be like, "Oh, I did the right thing.
mm-hmm.
Like when I look at them, like, all right, I did a good thing.
You,
That's a good thing I
you
done
did good,
did.
sir. You did good.
And so, but then it's like also just how she treats me and the way I try to treat her as well. Because obviously we're not perfect people, and so like you just got to do your best every time you're around her. And I feel like she does that every single day. She gives me her best, and that's a way that I want to give my best back to her. So when you do that constantly over and over again, you can be at peace because you're knowing like, hey, I'm not leaving nothing on the table. I'm just gonna do all I can do. If I make a small mistake, we're gonna fix it and we're gonna keep
Keep
doing
going.
back at what can I do to be better. And I think that's
I think it's a testament of
yeah,
being a man. It's just getting a little bit
dude,
better every
for
single day.
sure,
We're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna fall.
man.
What's in the Bible? A righteous man falleth 7 times. A
Absolutely, yeah.
righteous man, like
Real.
not a regular person.
Dude,
Like yeah,
even when you're doing everything right,
right.
you're not perfect.
Perfect. Yeah.
So, and I think that's a big thing. Is like, yeah, knowing you're not perfect helps you be at peace when you do make mistakes because I'm not perfect. You give yourself mercy. You got to give yourself mercy. And when you give yourself mercy, you allow yourself to get back up the next day and say, all right, I may have messed up yesterday, but today I'm gonna do a little bit better. I'm not gonna be perfect, but I'm gonna do
Be a little bit
a little bit better. And then, like you said, one foot at a time. That's
one
it.
foot
So
at a
yeah,
time. All right. So Brian, one of the things I love about having you on a podcast because I think you've seen my entire journey. You've seen you because we met at God is Dope.
absolutely.
And at God is Dope, when I took that job, that was me deciding. Like, so I have a thing in my calendar, July 9th. I celebrate it. It's the Entrepreneur Day. On that day, I decided that I was going to bet on myself and I wanted to quit my corporate job. I'm not stupid. I'm not just going to immediately quit and just go into this. So I kept my corporate job. I was like, I'm going to work towards it. I want to get a second job doing what I actually want to do. I don't care what they pay me, and guys up did not pay well. But I don't care what anyone pays me. I'm going to find something to like. I was doing small videography, really no
Sure.
photography at the time.
Sure.
And I was like, I'm going to find a way to sharpen these skills and get better so I can, replace my income from my corporate job, be able to quit. And so on July 9th, I had been searching for other jobs, but I was like, I'm going to search for a production job. And I applied for, I didn't know it was God is Dope at the time, but I applied for a job. And then I got home from there and I got a email saying like, hey, can you come in for an interview today? I had been working since midnight. It's like 9 a.m. I'm in my bed. I want to go to sleep. And they said today at 11:30. And I was like, where's the location at? It was in Atlanta. At that time, I was staying in Stonecrest. And I was like, you know what? Got about to bed, went to the interview. I'm here. Like, my life changed from that moment. So, like,
you did all that?
I was working 2 jobs for a solid life.
God is Dope. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't know at the time.
I didn't know. I was like, let me see. Like, cause in my mind, it's the first job I've been interviewed for. So I'm like, I'm probably not going to get it, but I need to just get those reps in. But I did end up getting it. But that was like literally the beginning of like me. Like I had made at the time one short film. I made one or two. Because we had 2 short films. I had made 2 short films. And I had made a few skits.
Already at that time. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's 2 short. I did, it's called On Bended Knee. That was my first short film with my friend Stanley. And then I did a Black Lives Mattering during the George Floyd situation.
Big, that was big.
Yeah, that one.
Protest time.
Yeah, protest time.
Big.
That one actually did numbers for me.
No, wow, okay.
Yeah, so those are the only 2 things I had really did. But I knew, looking at it, there's so many mistakes I had made, just which I didn't know what I was doing. So I know I needed like some coaching, some teaching. Just I needed to be in the field getting my hands dirty.
Facts.
So like I'm at that very beginning stage. Whereas like now I've done like 15, 16 short films. I have a feature under my name. Like so looking at the progression now, like I have I have 3 companies. I have
killing it.
Yeah, the wedding game. Yeah. So
go ahead, flex real quick.
A little bit. But
absolutely.
But you've been here like consistently been in my life.
Sure.
You've been at the parties where I'm premiering the films. Again, I've shot your wedding, shot your maternity. Like you've seen all of this stuff. So it's like that. That's very. Like to me, it's like this was a special episode of the podcast because you've been somebody who's been able to like be on this journey, like and walk it with me and just like see it.
I think that's amazing. Even like the whole thing you were explaining that it kind of brings out like where we started from, and I think you've seen the exact same from me. Like when I started God is Dope, that was where we met. I had just gotten out of college, and at that point in time, I was in part 2 of 4 exams in my CPA journey. And so I was literally fresh out of college, just got my master's, trying to go into being a CPA. And that was like in the middle of my transition journey from college to real life. And I started God is Dope literally because I wanted to get my feet wet in town and understand where the accounting journey was going to lead me. And that was a great learning experience by far because they put you through so many different hoops.
They did.
I mean, they put you through so many different emotional journeys, so many physical journeys, like working early in the morning. I was the first one in, last one out every single day. 6 a.m. in the morning, unlocking the warehouse to closing it at 9 p.m. And I was doing that, like you said, for pennies on a dollar, dude. And
pennies, yeah.
Compared to where I'm worth, like knowing what I was worth. But a part of that was like trying to understand worth and understand who I was. And that was like a great way of like projecting me to understand, my worth is valued way higher than what I'm accepting right now, which is a reason why I left because, you can use those moments to learn. And then you take those moments and say, hey, look, I did some dirty work before and I got paid pennies. Now when I'm doing this dirty work, trust me, you're going to pay me what I'm owed now. And we're doing it out of respect, of course, respectfully, but it kind of like you've seen my transition as well. So I started off there, then going to a corporate role and then leaving a corporate role. And now I'm in 2 different roles after that. And now managing, I would say, just different businesses and things of that nature while on top of still doing the corporate journey. And like, I'm in that place where, I'm learning the corporate role, learning what I want to do out of life. And I'm also in that transition period as well right now with building a family and growing that, like, it's just different avenues, but it all started from somewhere. And so that was a good place for me where I started my my career. place that I was at. And then as you grow, like you said, you kind of you develop new skills, you develop those things to where now, the level I'm at now, I'm very pleased with, but I know I have more out of it for sure. So I'm looking forward to where the next couple of years take us as well. So yeah,
It's gonna keep skyrocketing, man.
dude.
It's gonna, man.
Same for you,
Oh,
like
man,
the
yeah.
films and everything. Like, dude, I know you've only scratched the surface from where you were definitely about to go in the next couple of years, bro.
So one of the things I definitely supremely appreciated about you at God is Dope was so we had a task every single day. But the production team, we had a task every single day. We had to come up with an idea for like a skit, shoot it, and edit it. No matter, we couldn't leave until that was done. Like that was our entire job. So some days we were getting out of here at 5. Some days we're getting out of here at like you waiting. You can't lock up until we can get out of here.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
we was there together, and I'm saying it like y'all finished.
Y'all finished it. And so with that, a thing was that like we had to we would make these skits based upon the people who are working and the people who are doing these different roles, and so many people were just like, I don't really want to be in it. Like, and we were like, oh, we'll pay you extra to be in it. Like you go from making like $10 out to making 20, and that's making more than me at that point. Like,
bro,
I'm like, y'all
more than me.
Exactly.
Tell you pennies on the dollar for a time. For sure.
And but it was like every single time we came with an idea for you, you were like, oh yeah, let's do it, man. Let's make it happen. And you always showed up. And so like to me, and you showed up again when I said that positive energy, just like laughing and just like, just we're here to have fun. And it was always that. So that was like, I have a few people from God is Dope, like who I definitely like, we're still super tight. And obviously you're one of them. But that was that lasting impression that just kept on me. And then from there, it's like, okay, cool. Follows on Instagram. You're always very supportive on Instagram. And that means so much when being a photographer, videographer. Like, man, that little support. Someone throwing a hand clap. Someone saying, "Oh, these fires are this. These pictures are great. This video, man." Because every single day, I joke every single day. As a photographer, we're like, man, should I just go apply for some different jobs and just go back? Because man, I'll send my pictures to a client and then they don't respond back for an hour. That entire hour, I'm like, dang, they hate these pictures. They don't. Should I be doing this anymore? Just go ahead and quit right now. Bro, I'm on Indeed looking up the engineering jobs because I have a degree in engineering.
Should I go back?
And then I get an hour notification. These are the best films of all. These are the best pictures I've ever seen. And I'm like, oh, okay, I should still be doing this. Yeah. So I definitely always
think you definitely should. Just look at this one. And dude, I have 150. No, I have way more than that of just amazing pictures. Because I don't think I've seen over 1,000 of your pictures, obviously through just our individual photographies, and every single one of them by far is my favorites. Like seriously, by far, you have you have a genuine eye for what you do. So that's amazing. Yeah, don't ever stop. Don't ever think you should stop either.
Yeah. No, yeah, but I never will, but it's just
I mean, I know you know that. You don't need me to tell you that, you know?
Those little small moments just like, like why are they so quiet? Like why are they so quiet? They should not be this quiet for this long.
Dude, I definitely get that. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, but it's always to a certain extent. I mean, like I said, this is art. Even when I know this is the best photo I've taken. When I still send them to you and Naria, I'm still nervous.
Oh, man.
That's how I see it as the best photo. Like, I don't know if and then, there were other shooters at your wedding. So, like, I don't know if they've already sent you their pictures. We say we don't compare. So I'm just like, man, like.
I don't ever want to discredit anybody that I've had at our wedding, and I appreciate everybody. But again, I think it's a different when you have that personal touch and the person who's shooting. But then you also know the level of care that you put into your art. Like you said, we started from God is Dope days. And from God is Dope days, I knew you had a level of care and a level of precision that you did all of your work. And you brought that in your job every single day. And I may not have the level of precision at that time at God is Dope because I was still developing on my form. But that's why I was like, look, if I don't have that level of precision, I'm going to bring my best energy.
Yeah. And you always did. But that says, skills can be gained.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but energy, you can't teach that. Like being again, like someone who I want to be around. Like I
Sure.
genuinely want to be. Like I can go grab a beer with you.
Bro,
Like that.
facts.
Like I can do that and it'd be just fine. Like
And we need to go do that
we
as
do.
well.
We do need to do that.
And on top of it, but like you put that same energy into your work. Like you put that same level of like the energy that you can put, like most people can do, have an eye for something. It's like the talent. If you don't put work into your talent, it just fades away. Like you will have talent for sure, but you still got to put work into it. And you still put that level of energy and precision into every piece of your work. And like I've seen it in every single thing that I've seen you film, create, photography. You don't bring anything to the table that's not going to have, I mean, you sitting down for hours and literally scrolling through every single detail and finding every single flaw, and you sending it out. Like you don't send out crap. I just know that for a fact. And I've seen you work for years, like over 5, 10 years, like 5 years now. I've seen you work, and I've never seen you just be like, let me slack off a little bit. Like,
I mean, like I said, even like when I was talking about being in the bag, like there are days when it's just like you're not in the bag, but like the days where I'm in the bag is like I try to like, okay, pace yourself. Like because I'm in the bag, I know I'm getting every single minute I'm getting 5 good photos. Okay, babe, so I don't need 3 to take 3,000 photos because they already here.
Wow.
But the day when I'm not in my bag is like, okay, cool. How can I enhance? Because it's like, you know, if I'm a basketball player, this is not a day where I'm shooting, I'm going 5 for 10. It's like I'm 1 for 10. So let me get some rebounds. Let me get some assists. Like let me do something else to like make sure the team wins. So that's like, you know, for those days, you know, but finding those things because you're not always going to be on point.
Absolutely.
Like, man, just some days it's just like you are missing. I'm just missing it.
For sure. Yeah, we've all had those days. Like, dude, I had those days. Literally, I probably had those days like last week. Dude.
I mean, it happens, man.
But I'm saying I'm exhausted, but you're still like, man, I still can't just give up. You know, I can't just like submit something bad when I know I'm tired. I don't want to do it, but. And I mean, that's why I say I thank God for giving me the energy that I have and the like just the energy to always be positive. Because I mean, I'm very optimistic on every instance. So I don't know how or why, but that's just something God has gifted me to always find the good things out of everything. And so that's the thing I like. Even when I'm down or I feel like I'm probably gonna do something terrible, or like I feel like my work is terrible, I still got to be like, okay, even if it's terrible, what is good about it, you know, and trying to find those good things because that's what keeps you moving. That's what keeps you great. And I think that's what you have as well. So like, dude, I'm grateful to have you like as a friend, a photographer, as like, dude, somebody I look up to as well. Like, dude, the things you're doing in the business world is crazy. And like you said, you got films out here. That's amazing, dude.
I appreciate
From when we
man.
started, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
I always appreciate another thing that I just appreciate about you. This is pretty much gonna be a bromance episode, guys. Another thing I just really appreciate is that you always go along with my crazy ideas. So recently, you know, I hit you up and I said I wanted to enter into a commercial for the ABFF.
Absolutely.
And they're having like their 30th anniversary of them. And so it's like a whole thing. And I was like, man, like I can see you playing this character. And the character you're playing, like Oscar Mishvi, I'm brutalizing that last name. I'm not French. But he's pretty much like the first prolific black filmmaker, but he can also offer he's the first like prolific filmmaker. Like he's like, you know, people have said there's speculation that the Oscars are named after him. Speculation. It can't be confirmed or denied, but you know,
they won't say, but I think it could be. I think it definitely could be for sure.
But like, so that's who you were playing. Like that's the start off, you know, because I did a whole for that commercial idea. You know, I guess I can spill the beans now because everyone submitted it.
Okay,
but it's like, you know, just I'm doing a timeline of just like great black films. And so with that one, I was doing a movie called Within the Gates. So for people who don't know what Within the Gates it's literally like Birth of a Nation. So I'm pretty sure most people understand Birth of a Nation. If you don't know, the idea behind it is Ku Klux Klan saving a white woman from being raped by black men, and that being how this nation was birthed. You know, Woodrow Wilson, 1917, the president of the United States was like, this is history. This is like history with a lightning bolt or something like that. Like, loved it. Showed it at the White House. And this is what we're, 100 years later. This is like, that's what it was. So Oscar made a film called Within the Gates that depicted a little bit more. If we want to think about things like rape and murder in this country, especially during that time, who was getting raped, who was getting murdered. Like,
very much the opposite.
Yeah, very much so the opposite. So he made a film that directly challenged that within the gates. And it was obviously controversy at the time, but like he was making films and he was actually a writer and he was funding his own projects and doing stuff. So actually a lot of how his hustle and grind, I looked up to that. So for me, that's like some of the start of Black cinema. And we did Malcolm X and we did Spike Lee's Malcolm X, John Singleton's Poetic Justice, Ryan Coogler's Sinners, Gordon Parks' Shaft. Like we had all of those in there. But for me, that first opening one is like, this is like our foundation. Like, so when I step into a room or I'm making a film, it's like I'm standing on his shoulders.
Wow.
Like that's where I am. So like I wanted to give.
Glad to hear that. Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's like I was like, even if like this doesn't win, it doesn't become anything. It's like I was able to honor so many legends who like impacted me to be sitting here and doing what I'm doing because they were doing things 100 years ago that allowed me to be here. So I was like, I was looking for someone who, I try to have people who look like the situation. You did have a level of looking at him. I was like, I'm pretty sure Brian got a classic suit that like looks like something.
I was so glad you told me what you told me. I was like, I got the perfect suit for you.
You did, man. And like I said, and then I was like, someone who would just be there, be good energy. Like at the end of the day, I wanted the commercial to be fun. I didn't want to be something we stressing about. So everyone there had really good energy. And the thing I learned about you in that moment is I got to give you a prop. Give this man we were doing, and he was like, I'm not feeling these lines. I'm struggling with this. My
three words that I was saying. I was like, dude, I got to give you some more energy on this one.
Then this man picked up one of the vintage cameras and he started twirling it, and he was like, "Oh, I got it." I was like, "Oh, these lines are perfect now."
That's all I need.
You need a prop. You need a prop for future reference. You
literally
this man a prop.
I mean,
give this man a shield.
I can't do anything without having an accent or something. I can butcher the accent now, but just give me something to get my mind thinking about, something wild, I'll do it. Like, for sure. I need a prop or I need an accent or give me a dance to do, even though I may not want to do it. I may not be good at dancing, but hey, I'll do it. And I'll put my best energy for it. That's it. That's all I can do for sure.
In the commercial, I mean.
Dude, the commercial was amazing.
Yeah. And to me, it's like your scene, in my opinion, is actually. So whenever you have any type of film or story, like the most important scene is not, in my opinion, is not necessarily the most impactful scene. It's the scene that catches the person's attention. So we open the commercial with the little girl, and she's saying action. So it's there's a flow there, but then we do this nice like big transition into there. So to me, that's the most important scene. What comes next after that? Because if someone's scrolling through Instagram and they're watching the commercial, you get about 3 seconds. So that third second is actually that's the most important scene out of it. Like, so I want to make sure that hits. So when we do that big zoom in and we see you with the camera and then it's like, I need more pain. So when we show me his pain and then we're seeing that, it's like, okay, that it created the flow of that rest of it. And so then when people are bumping and you're just like, oh man, we are in this. But like, that's literally coming from feeding off of your energy in that moment. So that's like I said, to me, that's the most important scene in the entire like commercial.
I'm glad I'm learning so much right now. I feel like I should just be watching a podcast and you just be talking about the history and the way you should film stuff. Cause I didn't even think about that. Like, yeah, I just felt like, hey, I'm just helping out, and I try to give my best energy, but like to understand now why, like the level of energy that you should do when you're helping out. Like, dang, I did not know it was that important.
But I mean, I tell people like,
great.
One of the things that I love about my journey, I don't have a Quentin Tarantino story or Christopher Nolan story, which they have great stories, For sure, we all have different paths and journeys. But for me, it's like, I came in here and I've done everything from the ground up. So I'm the person who I've held the boom mics. I've read the scripts and I've been the background actor. I've been the thing where everyone's overlooking you. I've been all this, but I've been the head person where everyone's looking up to you. Wow. And I've written the scripts. I've done all of these things. So for me, it's like anyone who's given their time to be here, that job is vital. Now, I ain't naming the point. It's vital. You're here. This is a vital job. So I treat everyone on my set like this is vital, and so like I don't take any of that for granted from anybody. So
Hey, I'm grateful I was able to get the invite to even come and help out, because like for me, just helping out is what I will never want to say no to, like because of what you've done. Like you said, this picture, like every picture that we have from our wedding is something that I will bring with me forever. Like literally forever. Meaning, like, I mean, I look at these photos almost, like I said, every day. Every day I go to my refrigerator, I see these photos, and they have meaning, and they bring the energy and life into just my everyday. So, like, for me, giving back. So when you ask me to come out or support, how can I ever say no? You know, so like I have to, just show up when I can and try to give my best energy. Because, I mean, dude, you literally, that's you would do it for me, and
I
you've
would.
done it for me. So
I
that's
would,
exactly
man.
why I got to do it
I'm
back.
hoping
For
I
sure.
get to do it again to be
Oh,
able to do the maternity shoot. Part two.
Bro,
Part two.
yeah,
I wanna,
absolutely.
yeah, Naria had a big vision for that, and I'm very big on, like, I tell people that I'm doing what I wanted, what I'm my purpose, because
Nice.
I could be doing it for free. So it's like, for me, I want to make sure that she had this vision of being outside, big belly and all.
Man.
Like, I want to make sure that we can get that. So I'm
That's
definitely
cool, yeah.
I'm definitely excited about that, man. I'm excited to meet,
Baby,
yeah, man.
we're still
Like,
figuring out
his
names.
name,
So
yeah.
once the name comes
Baby
out,
Jackson right
Baby
now.
Jackson right now, because we have like, I even said it at the baby shower. I was like, look, if y'all have good names, I would love to hear suggestions. Because I mean, for me, I'm not stuck on something right now. Like we're both trying to figure out what we like, and obviously it's gonna be an in moment decision. I think we're gonna, once the baby comes out and I
Right.
see her for the first time, I'm like,
That's you.
that's your name, so yeah, we're still trying to figure all that out, but I mean, again, you're gonna be the person we call to get the family portraits as well. So just be ready for that, man. So yeah,
man, I'm looking forward to that, man.
For sure.
I'm just like capturing your story just throughout.
Man, that's crazy because again, that's adding on to where we started from, and like we started from, like I said, the trenches to now 5 years later, literally 5 years later.
Yeah.
And seeing where we are now, I always say, like, just imagine in five more years where we'll be. Man. And I'm grateful to God for where we are now, because I'm just, we've made so many good things and we've done so many right things to get to here. So I can't wait to see where we go in the next 5 years, dude. Like, that's gonna be crazy.
I mean, you just summed it up perfectly, man. Brian, I cannot thank you enough for being a guest on Over the Shoulder, man. You just,
Dude,
man.
Like I said, I just learned so much about film that I need to. When's the next thing so I can help out somebody?
I got you, man. Listen, I'll give you a call, man.
Wow.
Man, you guys just heard it, man. Brian, man, absolute class act. I appreciate him for being here. And before we get out of here, you know what you got to do. You got to like, you got to subscribe, you got to share, you got to comment. Who do you want to see sitting on this seat?
For sure.
And as I always say on Over the Shoulder, that's a wrap.
Do I say it too?
You can.
Oh, no.